Welcome to Bad Gear, the show about the world's most hated audio tools. I'm still coping with NAMM 2024 PTSD and I wasn't even there. Korg released the successor to a synth the world forgot, Uli is getting really good at selling faster horses, and Moog decided to save the important announcements for a much bigger show. Yamaha, on the other hand, returned from a groovebox hiatus of over 2 decades only to release a display-less Lego cigarette, trying hard to catch up on a trend based on a device that was announced at Messe 2009. Yamaha, it's good to have you back.
At the first glance, that's what you get when you order an OP1 from Temu, a strangely underdesigned plastic contraption with a freaking clothing label, flimsy keys for the step sequencer, and 7 notes of a pre-selected scale, wobbly knobs you can push, an eerily 80s non-display, and countless minuscule buttons covering the unit's sides. All this is topped off with 3 gimmicky touch strips. The Janus-faced core of the instrument is based on 7 drum sample slots with basic pitch and envelope parameters, a wide range of effects that can be applied to each sound individually, EQ, a simple filter, and surprisingly powerful LFO. 2 AWM ROMpler engines, employ a similar structure, and while I can live with this selection of sound design facilities for the drums, the tone generators themselves can't be tweaked in the way you would expect from a sample-based synth. You can, however, fully tweak the 4OP DX-style FM synth, which can be a challenge without a display, but more of that later. Both the AWM and DX sounds are supposed to be played using 7 keys with dedicated scale and octave buttons, but you can IDKFA the sequencer section into a chromatic keyboard. There's nothing wrong with the Arpeggiator and built-in chord pack. The aforementioned keys can be used to trigger a user sample each. Sampling with the internal microphone or from a line signal is a breeze, but I didn't find a way to play samples chromatically. As we are talking about a groovebox, the internal sequencer is of utmost importance, and Yamaha didn't disappoint in this respect. Well, mostly. Classic step sequencing with patterns of up to 128 steps, real-time recording, Electron-style parameter locks, polyphonic motifs for the synths, and triggering of external sound generators come with the obvious learning curve, but no deal breakers here. Every track lets you choose one of 6 patterns using the front panel controls. Nice. There's a cryptic mixer mode, and the manufacturer included 2 send FX for staples like reverb and delay. Speaking of FX, it's no secret that there's a vast catalog of Yamaha algorithms, and it seems like they're all in there. This overwhelming feature set is barely controllable using the physical UI of the instrument, so the official editor software is more than welcome. You can hook it up via USB, Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. It runs on all mainstream platforms, keeps crashing frequently on my Mac, but offers a glimpse into the structure of the instrument that comes in handy, especially in the beginning. Implementation of additional content, librarian functionality, tutorials, manuals, and an AR-ready visualizer reminiscent of the OPZ. It's all there. Sci-fi features aside, the proprietary Midi adapter is a real bummer, but the USB port, which is normally used for computer communication and charging the internal battery, acts as a USB host for all kinds of controllers and MIDI interfaces.
The tinny speaker and overall lack of information
When it comes to essential parameters like song tempo and scale follows the 21st century music toy playbook, as does the price of around $400, which will certainly hit the sweet spot for many. Build quality is an insult.
Yamaha's new groovebox comes with many features that users of similar products dearly wish for. Is the concept strong enough, or was it released 10 years too late?
You have already heard the sample-based tone generators and FM synth in today's intro tune. That's a bit anemic, but definitely packs some punch. Time to start this out with the inevitable 4 on the floor jam.
That's the combination of ROMpler sounds and FM tones many vintage Yamaha instruments are known for better or worse. The lack of a display and the buttons on the unit sides are a victory of design over workflow. I wanna know how the instrument fares when combined with other gear. There's a lot to unpack here. In spite of the S1 being compatible with a USB port, I had a hard time organizing the bi-directional MIDI communication and had to rely on the dreadful adapter. I was also missing essential features like fine-tuning of samples. Operating the groovebox without an editor is far from ideal. Time to embrace the hybrid workflow and explore the built-in visualizer in a Winamp on steroids. Lately, patch meets ROM and bass failure. It might have become obvious that I'm not exactly a fan of Yamaha's new creation. Seemingly random button combinations for basic functionality, little to no visual feedback, cheap feel and an overall concept that seems dated on release. The knobby interface is mostly wasted on selecting patterns, the instrument is over-reliant on the editor, there are more innovative takes on FM synthesis on the market, and I personally prefer the beefier sound of a modern Roland ROMpler to this barely tweakable contraption. Given the fact that it took Yamaha over 15 years to find an answer to an important trend in music technology, we can expect them to re-enter the analog synth market somewhere around 2027. Thanks for watching and see you next time. Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed the episode. Feel free to like, subscribe, become a patron and leave a comment what other kind of gear you would like to see and hear on the show.